Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to this week's angel message from me, Rachel Scoltock, and the angels. I've already selected you some cards to save a little bit of time. So let's get started with what messages the angels have for you this week. So make sure that you're grounded so that you can fully absorb and hear what it is the angels have to say to you, because there's lots of energy whirling around in the collective and in the cosmos at the moment, which is really having the effect of pulling you off track, pulling you off your vibration. And if you remember last week's reading, if you didn't watch last week's, go back and watch it because it's still relevant. The angels were warning us against getting sucked in by ego and recognizing that when we're seeing drama, big drama, and they were right? There's been a lot of big drama and a lot of kind of upsets and rumbles that can make you think, oh my goodness, am I worthy? Am I good enough? Or just to feel that energy, absorb it and spiral downwards, or to just get pulled off the track of what you are here to do this lifetime, your life purpose. There's two huge energies simultaneously. When everything is a duality, right? And so in equal forms, we have big drama, we have big purpose, right? So if something's trying really hard to pull you off your purpose, it must mean you've got a really big purpose. I always say the bigger the fears, when lightworkers come and work with me and we do the practitioner program, you can come with a lot of fear, like, what will people think of me? What if I get it wrong? What if I'm imagining things? It becomes like a nightmare feeling. And I always say the bigger the fear, the bigger the purpose. The reason your ego is fighting so hard against what you want to do is because what you're going to do is shine your light in a huge way, share your message in a huge way. It's going to be massive. And so you have to overcome all of that, being a physical being a spiritual being in a physical body, a physical and a spiritual being. So this first card is hearkening back to that reading. It's the Four of Water. We've got this figure here representing you, and they're kind of looking at what's in front of them, and they don't look happy. They're like, oh, is it enough? Am I good enough? Where are my dreams? Where are my goals? Am I doing the right thing? All of that sort of contemplation, perhaps overthinking, and maybe even a bit of discontentment. And that could be you looking at your personal scenario or looking out into the world and seeing the drama, ego drama, illusion playing out and going, So the angels have shown you that you don't know the whole picture. There is this chalice of gold appearing behind his head, and he can't even see it because he's so absorbed in what's lacking, what's missing, what doesn't feel right, what feels dissatisfying. So this is a wake-up call from the angels this week. It's saying to you, wake up. Remember who you are. You're not just a physical being, you're metaphysical. Your energy attracts, it magnetizes. And I think you're perhaps spending way too long focusing on things that you believe you've attracted that aren't satisfactory and maybe over, like, isn't it just a human habit, especially if you're an overthinker like me, or are you an overthinker like me, or you're highly sensitive, you're sensitive to energy, you know about angels, you know about intuition, you know spirit is there, but you get kind of drawn into the negative. And so this is a wake-up call. There's a number 4 on his chest, which 4 means the angel number. It's the angels are surrounding you. They're supporting you with this. But if you're looking, in the hole, you're not looking up to the sky to see all the angels. So it's sort of saying, wake up, snap out of any kind of negativity, change your thoughts, metaphysics. 101, change your thoughts to shift you into a different vibration. Tell me in the comments what shifts you. Is it music? Is it going for a walk in nature? Like, make a list, and then when you start to feel yourself going downhill, get out of it, do something different, interrupt the pattern. So there's something really amazing here and coming for you, being delivered to you, and it feels like you're choosing to look at worst case scenario or the negative instead of the infinite possibilities of the universe. So I said, angels, what's the block here? Okay. And this is this on steroids. So this is, it shows somebody sitting up in bed. They're kind of thinking of the worst. They're worrying, they're despairing, they're making up stories in their head, right? Because that's what we can do sometimes. Negativity, worry, sleeplessness, all for nothing. So your worst fears are not coming to fruition, but it feels like this could be a bit of a dark night of a soul period for many sensitives and light workers. So you have to call your energy back, your positive energy back. You have to reconnect to source. You have to protect yourself, that connection. And you know what we don't appreciate, we can lose, right? But also when we give our power away to people, other people's opinions, other people's thoughts. And I am a big believer, because I've been working as an energy healer and angel medium for 23 years, and I have worked with thousands of people one-on-one and in groups, is that we can absorb the thoughts of others. So whether that is jealousy, negativity, envy, just simple negative thoughts that that person's having about themselves in the world, and you're in proximity somehow, doesn't have to be in person, can be online, can be on phone, could be something they've typed to you, that you can absorb that, and that affects your energy, your thoughts, what you're putting out into the world. And what does it do if you're picking up on other people's ego? And let's face it, at the moment there's a lot of people in their ego out of fear, simple fear, right? We talk about trolls on the internet. Those people are projecting their worst fears, their worst thoughts, their lower selves, their biggest pain outwards in an attempt to rid themselves of it. And if you're sensitive, you can unexpectedly, unwittingly absorb that energy. And what does that do? One, it coats your energy field. It seeps into your thoughts, your thinking. It's like an entity. It's almost like a living thing, but it's not. It's a thought form, which are living things, right? They're not kind of human things, but they're a living energy. So that starts to affect the way you think. Then you start to go into your insecurities, your fears, your pains, the things that happened in your past. And then you flip into your ego mind. And then everything, it's like a screen comes down. You're choking off your connection to spirit and soul and angels, and everything feels awful. You can feel it physically, you can experience it physically. And what you have to do is go, I see what I'm doing, and I've got to reverse this. So that's why I'm doing a class this Friday, Thursday for you if you're in the United States or Europe, where it's a divine protection for empaths, sensitives, intuitives, and healers, with archangels Michael, Raphael, and Metatron. And we're going to show you how to rid yourself of all of that and seal and protect your energy, because that's the course of action you have to take. So I'm glad the angels brought that up. So this is your block, is that you may be overthinking. You may have latched on to some negativity and you're overthinking it, and it's bringing your vibration down. And it may be affecting your actual physical material life. So it can be health, it can be finances, it can be career, it can be relationships. There's something has gotten in. So you can choose something else. Archangel Michael, if you see this man sitting up in bed in despair, but Archangel Michael is there in the picture above him. Again, not noticing. You've got to tune into the angels, right? You've got to tune into them. All right. So then we have another Archangel Michael card as our guidance. The angels actually gave me a second guidance card. I'll give this to you in a second. This is the Seven of Air. So first up, not just the tarot meaning, because I don't read my cards like that. I listen to my angels and I let them guide the reading. So we have a figure asleep. So I think this relates very much to these two cards, is that have you been going to sleep on your energy, on your life? You're not perhaps protecting, you're not perhaps being as energetically hygienic as usual. You're cleansing, clearing, protecting. And this person has gone to sleep. Now she's got protection there. So the angels are there saying, hey, we're trying to wake you up so that we can show you what you need to do, what you need to shift. And then we've got this little figure behind her who's kind of stealing all of the apples out of the bowl. So it's not necessarily anybody stealing from you, but where are you leaking energetically? You've got to put your protection. See, that's Archangel Michael's sword there. And wake up. reconnect. You know, waking up really means being conscious of yourself as a soul, a spiritual being having a physical experience, and staying connected to that through prayer, manifestation, meditation, communication with your angels and the divine. So this is, your angels are kind of saying, look, if anything's happened recently, it's not the end of the world, right? It's a warning. It's just, so if you're going, you know, what we can tend to do is go into doom and gloom and like, oh, woe is me, oh my God, everything is over. But it's not over. This is a little warning to say, giving us a nudge to wake up. So this is a very, very positive, and I'm very grateful for this reading from the angels today, because they're really saying to us what we can do to make a shift. And I really, really love this. So it's kind of like that. Imagine there's a big black cloud, right? That's been generated by a lot of fear and ego out in the world, whether that's negative intentions or negative thoughts and lack and scarcity and guilt and fear. So what you're probably aware of is that that's kind of like a smoke that's you know, some people are breathing in. So you just got to recognize that it's an illusion. It's not real. It's out of the infinite possibilities in the universe. What am I going to choose? Am I going to choose worst case scenario to focus on lack and scarcity and worry? Or am I going to say, no, I'm going to choose abundance. I'm going to choose joy. I'm going to choose vibrant health. I'm going to choose being in my power. And I'm going to call in everything I've got, the angels, my guides, my connection to spirit, my energetic field, and I am going to raise my vibration, get to that higher level. And look what comes out as an outcome. Completely shift, grounded. It's a king of earth. He's presenting you with this golden coin. And not only that, he is actually standing next to a tree of abundance. So there's more where that came from. Remember, the divine is the source of my infinite good. Abundance is infinite, and whatever abundance means for you, good health, loving relationships, support, prosperity, customers for your business, you don't have to go into the realm of ego in order to manifest anything. It never is good anyway. It's always that limitation, right? Fear and limitation, absorbing fear and limitation. That's what makes people act out of ego. So this is success, prosperity, generosity. It's choosing, like, where do I want to come from? And that manifests. You choose the higher energy, it manifests immediately for you. So I asked for a little bit of additional guidance. So we got this. This is from the Ascended Masters deck. It's a really old deck that I haven't used very often. And this is Kutumi. I use it for myself a lot, this card deck. Look at his piercing blue eyes looking at you. He's like, stay focused. Stay focused on what you want, not what you don't want. So tell me in the comments, what's one action that you can take this week that affirms the highest good, that affirms abundance and prosperity for you, and lets the universe know that you're committed, that you're ready, because there's a new path unfolding for you right now. And an old path is drying up. And that can sometimes bring a lot of uncertainty and fear. It can feel like, I don't know where I'm going next. Because the path of certainty, even though it's maybe running out, or maybe it's no longer satisfying or fulfilling or supporting you, at least you knew what was going to happen, right? Now you're at the crossroads of a big change, and the angels are guiding you on uncharted pathways. You've not walked this path before. It's your purpose. It's divine alignment. It's abundance. It's completely different. It's what you've been dreaming of. But it feels uncomfortable. It can feel unsafe. And so you can go into this kind of fear energy. So stay focused, because this path is leading you to where you want. So let me know, what's one action that you can take to disconnect from fear and blocks and ego and bring yourself into a higher vibration, and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I absolutely love this. Should I pull you just one more card? I feel like I need to pull you one more card. Last week, somebody asked me about how to understand why ego is the way it is. So I'm going to talk more about that. I'll make a video about that and pop it up on YouTube for you later. But if you think about ego as being like our protector, but it doesn't hear the angels. It's not connected to spirit. It's just here while we're in a physical body to make sure that we remember to get up and brush our teeth and go to work, do things. That we're no longer in a spiritual body. So it helps us to a degree. It gives us motivation. It helps us to set goals. But when it tips into the negative, like extreme ego, the polarity of ego, right? There's little ego that's like just keeping us safe, reminding us to, do all the things to stay motivated. And also, letting us know when something is off. But it's not intuitive. It's our fight or flight. It's like, okay, something's off. Okay, let's run. But when it goes to extreme, it starts obsessing. It sees threats in everything. It starts to tell you there's danger all around you. There's negativity. It believes the fear mind, the fear energy. And when we're fully in our higher selves, we remember everything is spirit, everything is love, everything, only love is real. And anything else we can dissolve with our minds because we've got that power within us. Okay. Oh my God. All right. They're very much clear about focusing and right. And that's just incredible. We've got stay focused. We've got don't be distracted. Don't go into worst case scenario thinking. Don't believe the fear energy, the disaster, woe is me thing. So you're on a journey right now, which is creating massive spiritual growth. And the question is always, am I going to buy into the illusion, the lack, the fear, the worst case scenario, the I'm not good enough? Or am I going to buy into the truth? The divine truth. I am guided. I'm protected. My angels and the universe are supporting me every step of the way. I am my dream hasn't just come out of my imagination. It has been planted there in my soul since before I was born. And it is not an egotistical path. It's something that I am meant to do, and I will be supported in that. It will come to fruition as long as I'm listening to the right channel, not the fear channel, the divine channel. So this is the Hermit, introspection, self-discovery. You are learning to be a light for others, right? So your light is increasing through even the challenges that you're going through right now, because you always have that choice, love or fear, love or fear. And we know when we choose fear, it brings out the worst. It brings out the worst. So choose love, and it does make a difference. And then you're going to end up shining your light for others too. I'm Rachel Scoltock, Angel Medium. If you'd like to join me for this one-off class, the Divine Protection Attunement for Empaths, working with the 3 archangels, I'm going to teach you 3 energy techniques that are going to really shift you through this difficult timeline that we're on for many light workers are going through right now, these big tests and challenges. We're going to go through a guided soul journey. I'm going to channel a healing soul journey with the angels to clear any blocks, intrusions, energy that you've absorbed or has been put in your energy. I'm going to clear all that out, and then we're going to place protection around you, seal your energy so it's not leaking. That's happening this Friday, 21st of November, 10 a.m. Sydney, Australia time. That is Thursday, the 20th of November at 6 p.m. Eastern time in the US, and I believe it's 11 p.m. in the UK. If you can't make it live, there is a full replay, and we separate off the guided healing channeled healing meditation so that you can listen to that whenever you need to. You can download that as an audio, add it to your phone, and you can tune in whenever you need a boost. You get lifetime access to the full recording, and we get it out quick. Me and my assistant, we work hard the day of the event, and we get it out within 5 or 6 hours. So that will pop up in your account for you to grab same day. So join me for that. It's going to be huge. Already so many people are joining this event. I'm so excited for it. It's quite low cost. So it's, you know, there's no barriers there. What else I've got coming up is that I'm so excited. I have Angel Communication Practitioner. You can now book your spot on Angel Communication Practitioner and access the modules immediately. Our first live of this round of ACP is on the 2nd of December. So if you want to join us for that, you can join anytime. If you want to join my masterclass, which is free, coming up next Tuesday, 25th of November, I'm also doing one on the Wednesday, the 26th, so that you can join from anywhere in the world. I repeat the same class twice. So whether you're from Europe, Asia, Africa, America, Australia, you can join me at one of those lives. And I'm going to take you through how to read angel oracle cards, my intuitive methods. I'm going to also do some clearing on you to clear fear, just a little to open up your intuitive channels. And I'm going to teach you how the steps to take your spiritual gifts and turn them into a successful spiritual career, a business. So I'll be doing that at the masterclass on Tuesday, and I'll also be launching my program there. Well, I'll be making an offer for my program there. So if you join live, you'll have a chance to grab a discount from the ACP program. Anyway, angel blessings. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love, and I appreciate all of your comments. Please click subscribe and leave me a comment, because it really makes a difference. It fills my heart when I read your comments. Thank you so much.